I'm Dave, and this is Austin's Kamado Joe Masterclass. The price of beef has been going up for a while now, and it's starting to change the way people shop. Everyday cuts like a ribeye are now starting to feel more like a treat. But here's what most people don't know. There's a cut that Texas pitmasters have been cooking for years that costs $15 a pound, has a fat cap that renders into liquid gold, and eats like a premium steak. It's called a picanha, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to cook it on your Kamado Joe. I'm at Texas Beef Traders in Lakeway, Texas, talking to Darin. So Darin, if I want to enjoy a great steak but I'm on a budget, what do you recommend?
Well, there are a couple options for you guys in the shop. Off the top of my head, because of versatility, I would go with the picanha.
Picanha, okay.
Yep.
And why picanha?
Because you can buy it in a roast, and it's only 15 bucks a pound, and you can cut it into strips, and easy to cook, and a million ways to get to the same place.
So how do you recommend preparing a picanha?
The picanha, we cook it always here on the grill.
Okay.
And we'll cut the roast into, I don't know, about 2-inch steaks. You got a great fat cap on it, so you can go fat down. Get that thing good and crispy, and then because it's part of the sirloin, it's really lean. So you don't have to cook it long, but it can handle high heat, sear it really quick. Alternatively, you could cut it into steaks, fat down in a cast iron, essentially create your own tallow, and then roll it into it. And you can sear on either side.
So what exactly are you looking at when you pick up a picanha? Here's what to look for. That fat cap on top. You want it thick, about 1/4 of an inch. It's going to render down during the cooking process and essentially baste the steak in its own tallow. That's where the flavor comes from. Notice the grain runs at an angle. Remember the direction because you're going to need to slice against it after it cooks. I'm actually using a cast iron skillet inside my Kamado Joe rather than the carbon steel griddle or half moon cast iron griddle. The reason is that I want to retain all that fat that renders from the fat cap. I need to cook the picanha in it, and I don't want that much fat dripping down into my Kamado Joe. It would likely cause a flare-up, but most certainly would make a mess. So I'm using a cast iron skillet. I've got the Kamado Joe running hot, around 550 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. The cast iron skillet is in there preheating. You want that skillet screaming hot before the steak ever goes into it. Darin gave us the blueprint. Now let's put it to work. Cast iron, fat cap down, inside the Kamado Joe. Let that fat cap render for a solid 2 to 3 minutes. You'll hear it and you'll see the tallow start to pool in the pan. Now I roll the roast over right into that tallow. That's what Darin was talking about. The fat cap has done its job. Now every surface of this roast is cooking in its own rendered fat. You can't replicate that with butter. Each side gets about 2 to 3 minutes. This is a lean cut, so it doesn't need a long cook. You're looking for an internal temperature of 130 to 135 degrees Fahrenheit for medium rare. Pull it at 128 degrees Fahrenheit to let it rest, because it will carry over. Remember what I said about the grain? Here's where it pays off. Cut against it. Thin slices, maybe 1/4 of an inch. You're going to see that gradient from the sear on the outside to that pink center. $15 a pound. That is what my Texas butcher has been eating for years. Get one with a thick fat cap, get your cast iron hot, and let the steak cook in its own tallow. Don't overcook it, and slice it against the grain. And leftover picanha roast makes a fantastic French dip. If you want to know where to find a picanha near you, your best bet is a local butcher. If you live in Austin, give Texas Beef Traders a call. They'll help you out. I invite you to check out my Kamado Joe Owner's Handbook. This is a 100+ page book that I've written that covers everything that you need to know about operating the Kamado Joe. It includes setup, seasoning, temperature control, troubleshooting, maintenance, and a lot of other pro tips and techniques. Hey, if you liked the video, let me know and please subscribe. And watch my Kamado Joe 101 playlist right now.